Hey, what's up, guys? It's Luke, and you're watching Luke the Gathering. Thanks for being here. Thanks for checking out the channel. I really appreciate it. You know, I didn't know what to expect at Friday Night Magic this week. Was it going to be New Capenna? Was it going to be another Chaos Draft? It wasn't either. The shop actually got some Kamigawa back in. I guess they were low or they were out. They got draft boosters in, and they gave us a choice. New Capenna, Kamigawa. And I think it was overwhelmingly decided to do Kamigawa. Actually, yours truly wanted New Capenna because I'm more familiar with the set. And I thought, if we're doing Kamigawa, it was like a little while ago. I forgot all the mechanics. I forgot all the things that you were supposed to do in Kamigawa with the draft. But it turned out to be okay. Yours truly went 2-1, so not a bad record at all. Usually I get 1 and 2 right. You guys know that. So I'm very happy that I went 2-1 this past week at Friday Night Magic. And I'm going to share the deck with you and kind of remind all of us what Kamigawa was all about, because it did come flooding back to me once I started drafting the cards, and I was like, okay, I kind of remember this now. So let's turn the camera around and check out the deck. All right, well, here we go. This is Fade into Antiquity, and Kamigawa was actually a lot about enchantments. There were so many enchantments, especially in green and white. There were enchantment creatures, all sorts of different things dealing with enchantments, and also artifacts and things like that. So I went with green-white, and I'll tell you why with, I think, one of the cards I'll share with you when I get to it. But there was an obvious reason why I went into green-white. Yeah, it was a pretty obvious reason. And I used the card to good effect as well. But Fade into Antiquity, actually, this was in the sideboard, but I ended up putting it in the main deck because Kamigawa had so many artifacts, and enchantments, and this exiles them for just 2 and a green. So this actually came up quite often, and so this was actually a really good card in the main deck. Next up, we have Wanderer's Intervention, and this is a nice little removal spell. I think it would have come in really handy if I had to use it. I actually never got this in my hand in all the games I played, so ended up not doing anything. Same thing with Intercessor's Arrest. Why did I not get my removal in any of my games? I don't know. So if I had some removal, actually, I think I might have gone 3-0. Just never came up. Flavor of Jukai. An aura, lots of auras in my deck. Actually, one of the decks I was thinking of playing, actually, when I remembered everything was, they have like a red, sort of red-black or red-white, no, red-black, I think, artifacts deck, maybe blue in there. I was thinking about doing that, decided not to, and I'm glad I didn't. We also have Oroki Merge Keeper. This is a mana dork, so helping you get some mana. Careful Cultivation, another mana dork, but it also buffs your creature. Really, really cool. Also makes a mana dork. Searchlight Companion, this was really great. This was my way to get into the air. Also made a 1/1 colorless spirit creature token. Very cool. It actually carried this aura really well. Born to Drive. It says you can enchant an artifact or creature, and as long as enchanted permanent is a creature, it gets +1/+1 for each creature or vehicle you control. And so that would buff like the Searchlight Companion, and if they didn't have anything in the air to block it, it would just go to town doing lots of nice little damage. Bearer of Memory is an enchantment creature. 2 and a green, and for 5 and a green, you can put a +1/+1 counter on target enchantment creature, and it gains trample. So I think this is a really good late game card. If you have like a lot of mana left over, I'm not sure what to do with it, you could sink it into this. Great little mana sink, and our games didn't go that long, unfortunately, so I didn't really use her too much. This was a cool card to actually draft, Blossom Prancer. It's a 4/4 with reach. I remember how good this card was. You look at the top 5 cards in your library, reveal a creature enchantment, and then put it in your hand. If you don't even do that, you get 4 life. So, I mean, there's all sorts of upside here with Blossom Prancer. Sadly, though, I never drew it. So never got to play it, and that was kind of sad. This card I did get to play, and it was great. Circuit Mender, when it hits the battlefield, you get 2 life, and when it leaves, you draw a card. I mean, that is such good value. And it's a 2/3 body, which I think is, that 3 toughness is really, really nice. Jukai Preserver is great. He's giving +1/+1 counters when he hits the battlefield. But you can also channel it to put +1/+1 counters on 2 creatures. Never use the channel, but a solid body. Harmonious Emergence is actually one of my favorite cards from the entire set. You enchant the land, it becomes a 4/5 spirit creature with vigilance and haste, and it's still a land, and if it goes away, it doesn't kill the land. So, wow, there's a lot to like about Harmonious Emergence. I remember winning some limited games, handily because of this particular card. And it did help me win at least one of my matches on Friday. Greater Tanuki. This is a kind of it's a 6-drop, but it's a 6/5 with trample. You can also use it to help you fix your mana, which I thought was good. Came out a couple times, big body, hard to get by on the ground. And Geothermal Kami, also known as the Hot Tub Kami. This is awesome. When this comes down, you can return an enchantment to, your hand. And if you do, you gain 3 life. So I did this quite often because I had a lot of enchantment creatures and a couple of enchantment sagas, which really, benefited from this. And plus it's a 4/3, which is just solid in and of itself. The cool thing is I got 2 of them. A couple of late drafters were these 2 Bamboo Grove Archers. I mean, I was surprised they were, left in the pack, but they are enchantment creatures. They are Defender and Reach. They're 3/3. They just help defend really, really nicely at the beginning of the game, especially. You have these guys out. They're hard to get by, flyers or not. And then what's cool is if you keep it in your hand, you can channel it to kill a creature with flying. I mean, that's just great. So these guys are really good. Skyblast Samurai was my only really good flyer. It's an enchantment creature, which was important, and it costs 1 less to cast for each enchantment you control. So even though it's a 7-drop, you can actually get it down for way less than that, especially in a green-white deck. Enchantment Dog. Spirited Companion. This was really cool too. Just play it for 2. It's a 1/1, draws a card. Really nice. And like with the Hot Tub Kami, you can pick it back up, play it again, draw another card. That was a fun little combo. And then this guy, Jukai Naturalist, Lifelinker, and guess what? Enchantment spells cost 1 less to cast. That is awesome. If you're going to get this guy, you're going to be playing this deck. I got this guy pretty early, and so, he set me on this path. I didn't get very many sagas, just 2. I was hoping for more. Tales of Master Shishiro's good. It's a really good saga, because you end up with a 5/5 with Vigilance and Haste on the other end. However, it does cost 5. It's a 5-drop, so kind of an expensive saga. There's cheaper sagas to get down than this one. And for the pack 1, pick 1, it was Boseiju Who Endures. I saw this, I was like, whoa, this is an expensive card. I'm not sure how much it's worth at the moment, but I still think it's worth a pretty penny. And a great card in any kind of format, Commander especially. It's great here. Actually use the channel ability to discard Boseiju to kill. 2 people had Lizard Blades that gave things double strike. What an annoying card. Thankfully I had Boseiju to destroy it both times. Although one time the guy was able to recur it back into their hand, which was miserable. But, wow, what a great card. Boseiju, it's a removal spell, and it gives you just green, and it doesn't even come into tap or anything. So it's a wonderful card, great card. Boseiju Who Endures, and that was it. Ended up getting 2 packs of Kamigawa at the end, opened them ready. Didn't get a whole lot in there, so nothing to write home about. But you know what? Let's crack a draft booster. I have a draft booster of Kamigawa here. Let's see what we can get out of it. Actually, to celebrate the 2 wins, let's crack 2. I have 2 Kamigawa draft boosters laying around. And let's see if we get anything good out of the draft booster. Oh, I wish I got some of these. I never ended up getting any of these dual lands in my deck. Coiling Stalker, foil. Oh, Invoke Despair. Now, if I drafted... Well, I saw a couple of Invoke cards. Look at how much black this takes. 4 pips plus 1. I don't know. I don't think I would ever draft anything like that. Flame Discharge is awesome. Oh, I love Walking Skyscraper. Forgot about that card. Reality High is cool. Modern Age is great. Jukai Preserver. Oh, you know what? I lost to a white-red deck that played a lot of just, attack with one guy things, and that was kind of embarrassing. Not embarrassing, but just that wasn't a great deck in the format, and to lose to it didn't feel great. So, Blossoming Sands again. March of Otherworldly Light. Another kind of not very good card. So, Enthusiast. The Mechanaut, I like that guy a lot. Gauntlet. Grafted Growth, I like this card. Tanuki's good. Centipede, Song Shaper, those are good in that artifact deck I was talking about earlier, but that was it. Nothing great to open the packs. I should have just kept them sealed. But anyways, you never know when you open up the packs. Thanks for watching this, and hope you have a great rest of the week. I'll see you next time.